welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a brand new tool that claims you can build a real, functional mobile app with just one prompt. Yep, you heard that right, an entire app from a single sentence. So, how on earth is that even possible? Let's get into it.
Okay, so to really get this, let's first talk about the old way of doing things. You know that feeling, right? You've got this killer app idea, but then what? For most of us, that's where it stops, because turning that idea into a real thing has always been this massive, expensive, uphill battle.
So you've pretty much had two paths. On one side, you've got the traditional way. We're talking months, maybe even a year of work, a whole team of developers, and yeah, that $50,000 plus price tag, that's a huge wall for pretty much everyone. But then there's this new AI way, and it's promising something totally different. Minutes, not months. Just you, not a team, and one prompt, not a 50-page design document.
And the tool at the center of all this is Genspark AI Developer 2.0. Now, this isn't just another one of those no-code builders you've seen before. No, this claims to be a fundamental revolution in how software actually gets made. The core promise is, well, it's so simple it's almost hard to believe. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to be a designer. You just have to be able to describe your app idea in plain, simple English.
So what's so wild about this is that the AI is basically wearing all the hats at once, right? It's your designer, your developer, your project manager, the whole shebang. It takes your concept and poof, in just a few minutes, it generates the entire functional structure of the app. We're talking the screens, the buttons, how a user gets from point A to point B. It's like it's drawing the blueprint and building the house at the same time.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds like science fiction. How does this actually work? What's going on under the hood? Well, it really boils down to 4 key pieces of technology working together to make all this one-prompt magic a reality.
So here are the 4 pillars holding this whole thing up. The one-prompt interface, the fact that it creates truly native apps, it has a built-in business-grade backend, and you get a publishable product that you actually own. Let's dig into what each of these really means.
First up, that one-prompt simplicity. I mean, think about what this replaces. Normally, this part of the process is weeks of back-and-forth meetings, drawing up wireframes, creating mock-ups. It's a ton of work. This just skips all of that. You describe your vision, and the AI turns it into a working design, like right away.
Second, and this is a huge deal, it builds real native apps. A web wrapper app is kind of like trying to watch a movie over a bad Wi-Fi connection. It can be laggy, clunky, it just feels cheap. But a native app, that's like having the 4K movie downloaded right to your device. It's built specifically for the phone's hardware, which makes it fast, responsive, and feel completely professional. It's a massive difference.
Third, and this is absolutely critical for any serious app, it automatically builds in a Fire-based backend. So if the app you see on your screen is the front of the house, the backend is the entire kitchen and staff working behind the scenes. It handles all the really important but invisible stuff: user logins, storing data, sending push notifications, all the heavy lifting that makes an app actually work. And it's all hooked up for you from the start.
And finally, you're not trapped. You get the actual keys to the car, the real app files, like the Android APK. This means you can take your app, submit it to the app stores yourself, and you truly own and control it. It's not just rented space on their platform, it's your property. Period.
Okay, so the tech sounds amazing, but what does this mean in the real world? Like, who is this actually for? Let's talk about the business impact and how people could actually use this.
Well, for starters, imagine your favorite local coffee shop. Instead of paying thousands for some generic reward system, the owner could literally build their own custom loyalty app in a single afternoon. How cool would that be?
Or what about your local gym? They could spin up a custom-branded workout tracker just for their members, adding a ton of value and strengthening their community without having to take out a loan for a dev project. And it's not just for customers either. This is perfect for internal tools. Imagine building a simple app for your sales team to log client visits and track leads right from their phones, instead of dealing with clunky spreadsheets.
And this example is brilliant. If you're running a conference, you could build your own event app with schedules and push notifications, replacing services that can cost an absolute fortune. The possibilities here are just enormous.
But before you run off to build the next Instagram, we gotta have a quick dose of reality. Because as revolutionary as this tech is, it's not a magic button that does everything perfectly. There are some really important limitations to understand.
It's best to think of the AI as generating a really good first draft. It'll get you, say, 90% of the way there.
but you'll probably need to go in and tweak some colors or adjust a layout. And, this is important, while it builds the app, you still have to handle the process of submitting it to the app stores yourself.
So here's the crucial takeaway on this. This tool shines for apps built on common functions, things like user logins, displaying lists of data, filling out forms. It is not designed to build something like the next Uber, with all its super complex custom features, from scratch. You've got to know what it's for.
So, with all that in mind, let's pull back and look at the big picture. How does this fundamentally change the playing field for creating software? Well, the whole workflow is completely transformed. It's not about months of coding and debugging anymore. It's now this simple 4-step process. Describe, generate, download, and then tweak and submit. The sheer speed is the real game changer here. And what all this really means is that the technical and financial walls that have kept millions of people from ever even trying to build an app have essentially been torn down. This isn't just about making things a little easier. It changes the very nature of who gets to be an entrepreneur. Now, the best idea can win, not just the best funded one.
This levels the playing field, creating a massive opportunity, not just for developers, but for small business owners, for creators, for anyone with a good idea. Which leaves us with one final thought. Now that you can test out an idea in a weekend instead of a year, what problem are you going to solve?